So when looking at low back discomfort, even some sciatica issues, we want to know what are some simple basic yoga poses that we can do to help really relieve that discomfort. Hey everyone, it's Dr. Heather here, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna go through some nice, easy, gentle yoga poses that we can do to really help alleviate some low back discomfort and even some sciatica nerve irritation. Now, as always, you do want to pay attention to the channel because there are other videos that I go through numerous different types of things. One being core stabilization, really kind of how to work that core and what it really means. And then also too, you want to check out videos on your hip flexor, how to really relieve hip flexor discomfort, and also look at the videos regarding your QL as well. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump right into those yoga poses because we're going to show you now how they can be most beneficial to alleviating that low back discomfort and even that sciatica discomfort that you may be feeling. So now we're talking about yoga poses to help low back discomfort and even sciatica pain. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and grab our yoga mat. The first thing we're going to do is a nice spinal twist. So what we're going to do is crisscross applesauce. So go ahead and sit just like so on your mat. From here, we're going to start first with our right hand. We're going to place our right hand onto our left knee. We're going to sit up nice and tall. We're going to take our left hand and we're going to gently walk our hand around to the back side of our body, allowing for ourselves to feel some nice spinal twist happening. Now in this position, you do want to make sure that you sit nice upright, and you also don't want to be leaning back nor leaning to the side. I'm allowing for some pressure to be placed on my left leg as I twist my body around, looking behind my body. Then nice and easily, I'm going to untwist my spine, coming around to the front side, and then I'm going to switch sides. I take my left hand, grab my knee, and I'm putting some pressure this way as I twist, lifting my chest up nice and tall in this motion here. So again, as I'm twisting and rotating my body, I want to take some nice deep breaths here. I'm going to hold for about a count of 5. Then I'm going to nice and easily come right back around, and I'm going to repeat 3 times to each side. Now the next exercise we're going to go through is going to be like more of a star position. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep our left leg like it is, but we're going to take our right leg and place it over the top of our left. So now my left foot is flat on the floor, my right leg is laying nicely down on the ground. From here, I'm going to put some pressure on my knee, pulling it towards my chest, creating tension here in my piriformis muscle, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to rotate my body around, again, like a spinal twist. But now I'm also going to feel more of a stretch into my glute, into my TFL area up here, as well as into my low back and even in my thoracic spine. So then again, I'm going to breathe nice and deeply into this position. I'm going to hold for a count of 5, and then slowly I'm going to come out of the position. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch legs. So again, placing the right leg down on the ground, placing the left leg over and flat onto the floor, grabbing my right hand to my knee, putting some pressure going in towards my chest, creating tension here in my glute, in my piriformis, along my TFL, sitting up nice and tall, and I'm stretching and reaching around my body. So now we're going to move on to the next stretch. Now the next stretch involves us laying flat on our back. So go ahead, come lay flat on your back, and for purposes of this video, I'm going to show you using my left leg. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and put both legs straight out onto the floor. I'm going to bring my left knee in towards my chest, first lining it right up with breast, and I'm going to bring it in and hug and squeeze in this position. I'm just going to hold and breathe into the stretch. Now what I'm going to do is also make sure I flatten the small of my back down to the floor, and again, just breathe and hold for 5 seconds. From here, you could actually go ahead and bring the knee now more towards the shoulder, and again, allowing for the SI joints to get a little bit more of a stretch as well in this position. Now from here, what we're gonna do is a little bit of a supine twist. I'm gonna bring my foot back down. I'm gonna open my hands up to a nice T position. I'm gonna go ahead and hook my left foot behind my right knee, and I'm gonna go ahead and now rotate my body over to the side. I wanna be able to keep both shoulder blades nice and firmly flat on the floor, and then I'm gonna rotate my head to my left hand to allow for a little bit more of that spinal twist in this position. And then I'm just going to hold. Then from here, the final one you could do is by adding a little bit of pressure. Bring that knee back into the chest, place the hand here on the outside of the knee, creating tension, and then bringing the knee over to the side of the body in this position here to allow for more of a lumbar stretch to happen as well. You could rotate the head to the opposite arm, meaning to my left side, as I hold in this position. Now the final one we're gonna do involves a strap. So grab your yoga strap, or if you don't have one, you could take a rubber band. You're gonna go ahead and you're gonna loop it onto the arch of the foot. Lay back for me. The first thing we're gonna do is just a nice easy hamstring stretch. Now as you can tell, my hamstrings are a little bit tight because my leg is not fully straight, but I'm gonna go ahead and just hold here, pushing the small of the back into the floor as I just target my hamstring. For those of us who do suffer with low back discomfort, a lot of times we also are prone to having more tight hamstrings because the hamstrings do originate off the ischium, which is known as our tailbone. Now from here, maintaining that leg nice and straight, go ahead and extend that right leg down to the floor. Take your strap into one hand, so I've got it grabbing onto my right hand. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take the leg over to the side of the body, and as I do, I keep my left shoulder onto the floor, and I just hold in this position, allowing for more of a stretch to happen into the back of the calf, the hamstring, and could go all the way up to the low back. And then you're gonna nice and easy release that, and now you would go ahead and continue on to the other side. So there you have it. Those are just some nice, easy, gentle yoga stretches that you could do to help alleviate some low back discomfort. Now, if you've gone ahead and liked some of these exercises that we've gone through in this video, give it a like. And if you want to find more information about various types of stretches you could do for runners, check out my Stretches for Runners series, where we go through dynamic, passive, and resistive stretching. Also, don't forget about the core stabilization exercises as well, which will help really emphasize more of core stabilization and help eliminate that low back pain. As always, this is Dr. Heather, and these were just some simple yoga stretches you could do to help alleviate your low back pain. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.